Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all another Cardfight Vanguard DivineZ standard game. Today's matchup is Krysrain versus Direful Dolls. This is the first feature of Direful Dolls on the channel, so we figured we'd see what the matchup can do with one of the Fated Clash decks. We have my buddy Jim using the Direful Dolls on the right. I'll be using the Krysrain on the left, and we'll just see how we can fare.
I will put you back. And, yeah.
I will put 2 back.
Ignore these. These are oversleeves. I know they're technically supposed to be different color, but...
No problem.
Alright. Pyro.
Yeah.
5.
2.
1.
4. I will go first. Stand up. Draw. I will discard 1 to ride into Lively Navy to feign. And then I will get an energy generator. And it'll be your go.
Drop down. I will discard a Bethany to ride Serenella. Ability of my starter, since I went second, I will draw a card. And I will get my 3 energy, which will signify this. And then I will go ahead and I will play not True Soul. So we'll go ahead. We will call 16 of Vanguard.
No guard.
Drive trigger check.
Damage check. Over trigger.
You. Since I have a Direful Doll Vanguard, bind it, choose up to 2 cards with Direful Dolls, and this card name from my drop, and put them into Soul. So this.
Have Direful Doll without Direful Doll or with?
With Direful Doll.
Oh, it does have Direful Doll.
It's the only effect
Gotcha.
or non-effect card.
So you said you bind it?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my bind zone, and I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Energy charge 3. Don't forget to set your energy generator. Oh, is that it? Gotcha. You can use, I have an extra one right here.
Thank you. This is my bind zone. I'm in 3. Thank you.
I will discard 1. Ride Confident Aqua Musette. Skill of the grade 1 when rode upon by Aqua Musette. Reveal the top card of my deck. Call to rear guard if it's a grade 2 or less normal unit. Put in a hand if it's not. So call out Ballad of My Own, Someday Siska. When it's placed on rear guard, if I do not have a rear guard with the same card name as this unit, perform one of the following. If I have 4 more units, counter +1, draw a card, or I can Energy Blast 3 and it gets +10. So I'll just Energy Blast 3 and she gets +10. So I'll move up. And I will call Loving Pink Francette. I'll enter battle. I'll attack you for 10 with Francette.
I will take it. Damage trigger check.
Attack for 10 with Musette.
I will go 23.
Drive trigger check. Then 18 with Sista.
18. I will take that. Damage trigger check.
Go ahead.
I will stand and draw. Energy goes to 6. I will discard decisions. I will discard a Schwartz Sparta to ride. I will use Serenella's effect. 7. Top 7 cards in my deck. Choose up to 2 of them with Direful Dolls. Put them in a soul. So I will go 1. And I will go go 1 and 2. And then shuffle, these go to soul. So soul. At this point, we're gonna just go. I'm gonna go 10 to your rear guard.
No card.
5 trigger check. Pass turn.
Stand and draw. I will discard 1. First, I will energy charge 3. And I will discard 1. Ride. Faded 1 of ever-changing Krysrain. When wrote upon by the grade 3 Krysrain, reveal the top card of my deck. If it is a grade 2 card, basically call to rear if it is a grade 3 or less normally, put in a hand if it's not. So call Dazzle Bubble Paradise Prescia.
That's a good one to hit.
And then I will move back. I will call Loving Pink Francette. Then I will call Blue-Haired Prodigy Resius. When placed on rear guard, I choose one of my other units. It gets +10. End of turn, I'll choose Krysrain. I will not be able to perform Krysrain's Counterblast for her skill, but I will enter battle, attack for 13 with Prescia to your Vanguard.
So what does Krysrain do? I know it's for each different named unit.
Yeah, I don't have a Counterblast to use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how much?
13.
13. I will take that one. Damage.
13 with Krysrain.
And that's just 18 or is
it will be +5, so it'll be 23.
No guard.
Twin Drive first. Heal trigger, no heal, but powered Francette. Second check.
Damage trigger, no trigger.
And then I will attack with Francette. Since I have 3 or more units with different names, it gets +5. If I have 4 more at the end of that battle, I choose up to 1 of my rear guards to return to hand. So it'd be 33 to your Vanguard.
Guard.
And at the end of that battle, I will choose the Resius and return to my hand.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Stand and draw. We survived. I will discard a Direful Doll Master Arnold to ride an Arnold. And then when this is rode upon, this gets called to rear guard circle. And then when it's placed on rear guard, since I have a Vanguard with Direful Doll in its card name, I put a card with Direful Doll in its card name from my hand and the soul, draw a card, I choose my Vanguard. And until end of turn, that unit and this unit get 5,000. So 5,000, 5,000. I put a Direful Doll from my hand into soul, so I'm going to choose Liberata. And then I basically get to draw, and then 5k, 5k. And then I'm going to call, do I want to live is the question. So he already has triple drive. I'm gonna call Short Sparta, and I'm going to use her ability. So I basically bind this, and she gets 10k until end of turn.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, I also get 3 energy. It's at 9.
I have another. You can just use.
Thank you.
It's 3.
So I will call Providenza, and then I will, so it gets 2k, and then the other ability, so I'm going to activate Arnold's ability. Basically, since your Vanguard is grade 3, I choose Direful Dolls in their card name for my soul up to the grade of your opponent's Vanguard, and then if I call 3 or more cards, you get to drive check.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call, I need a 2, a 1, and a 0, so 1, 2, and a 0, so he will get triple drive. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to call. Can I call over top of this?
I think, do they call out at the same time?
Yeah.
You normally can't do that.
So I would have to put it on one of
Yep.
these.
Yeah, you just called the 3, so you have to call it over something else than what you called over.
So that's fine. I will call her here.
Okay.
So no on place, but he's got triple drive. And then from there we are gonna enter battle phase. Actually we're not. We're gonna blast the energy
The 7.
7
Okay.
to draw a card.
Yep. So you just put your 2 dice back.
Boom. So this has triple drive. So it's gonna be 21, 31 with triple drive to Vanguard.
No, right, the Vanguard.
First drive trigger check. Second drive trigger check. Draw trigger. I'll give the power here and I draw. And third drive trigger check. Critical trigger. I'll give critical here and power here.
First check. All effects to my Vanguard. Second check.
So this. Okay, so this is going to be 18, 28, 38. I'm going to use her ability. When she attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, I put a unit with Direful Doll in his card name. For my drop into soul, and it gets 5k until in battle for each grade of the card put into the soul. And at the end of the battle, it gets bound.
Okay.
And then if it hits a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, choose one of your rear guards or retire.
Okay.
So I'm going to use her ability to put a unit with Direful Doll in his card name for my drop into soul. So I'm going to choose my Arnold. So she gets plus 15. So it'll be 18 plus 15. So 33,000 of Vanguard.
So my 23. Isn't there more than that? Or no?
So 18, 23,
You got the triggers
28,
also.
33, 43, 53,000
Yeah,
of
to my
Vanguard.
23. 28. 53. 58. And then skill from the Energy Blast 3 to draw a card.
Yep. And so I will use her ability. I bind it and I get an energy. So this goes to the bind zone. And then her ability. This gets bound as well. And then for my final attack, I will go 16, 26, 26 to Vanguard.
My 23.
Yep.
Uh,
And then at the end of the battle with attack, since I have a grade 3 or greater with Direful Dolls card name, I Energy Blast 3 and bind this unit. I choose a Workroid card with Direful Dolls card name from my soul and call it to rear guard. So this gets bound. I call a Direful Doll from soul to rear guard.
Okay.
So I will call Liberata. Liberata's effect when she's placed, since I have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Direful Doll's card name, I choose a card with Direful Doll's card name from my drop and put it in a soul. So I'm going to choose the only target to put it into soul. And then when it attacks, since I have a grade 3 or greater with Direful Doll's card name, it gets plus 10. So I'm gonna have it get plus 10, and then so I just have it when it attacks. It doesn't have to attack Vanguard. And then at the end of the so I'm gonna have it give 10k, and I'll go 23 to rear guard.
Okay.
And then at the end of it, it gets bound.
Okay.
So at the end of the battle, it gets bound,
Yep.
and then it's your go.
Stand and draw. First energy charge. And then Persona Rod.
You gentle on us. We played a 2.5 hour Glory Finder game.
Yes. I will use her skill, Counter Blast 1, Energy Blast 3. Look at the top 5 cards in my deck, choose up to 1 unit from a different card name from the ones on my Vanguard or Rearguards called to rear, and shuffle the deck. I will call Eileen, shuffle the rest back. And then I will call Resius, using her skill, giving my Vanguard +10. I'll use Krysrain's skill to energy, charge 3, draw a card. She gets +15, and she also gets critical +1. I will enter battle. I will attack for 21 to your Vanguard.
So I will use his ability. It's gonna be, so basically every time you attack him,
Yep.
I may choose a card, I
From my
call it,
opponent's end,
and
yep.
it gets 5k. So
Okay.
I'm going to call this. Her ability also says if I move a Direful Doll, Vanguard gets +5k, so it's 15k shield.
Okay.
And then that goes to drop zone.
Okay.
This is my bound cards.
I will attack for 38,000. I will use the skill of my Eileen. Checking. I'll put it on the bottom of the deck. 38,000 to your Vanguard.
So I'll go 20 is 33. So 33 is your bound. You said 38?
Yes.
33 because she gets +5k defense from her own skill.
Okay. And I will attack you with ever-changing Krysrain. I will use the skill of my palm to energy blast 3. Gets +5. When it boosts to grade 3, Vanguard with Krysrain's card in it, I have 4 more units of different names. Your opponent would call cards from Sentinel to guard circle, or they must call 3 or more. So you have a Sentinel.
So if I call a Sentinel, I have to call 3 or more cards as well.
You can either use a Sentinel or call, or you have to call 3 or more cards at the same time.
Okay, so I will use a Sentinel.
Okay.
And I discard a critical trigger.
Twin drive first, second. And then I'll use the divine skill of Krysrain. And about I attacked, grade 3 or greater unit, I return all my rear guards to my hand. Choose up to 1 unit from my hand, call to rear guard until end of turn. Increase its power on rear guard and critical to match this unit's. So I will call out.
Can I reroll your name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotcha. So do they both have 2 critical?
Yes.
Okay.
So and she matches the power of my Vanguard. So she is at, well, I didn't attack her yet,
Oh, okay.
but because I already attacked my Vanguard. It's this one I'm attacking.
Oh, okay, she doesn't restand.
No.
Okay.
So now I'm attacking with the extra critical if you have the PG.
So I'll use Elementary Sanctitude, and then it
Yep.
gets removed from the game.
Yep.
I don't know if it's different from exiling, but
Does it get removed? Just
it removes itself from the game.
remove this card. Gotcha.
So
Go ahead.
it's not there, basically. I will draw. I will get my 3 energy. I will activate Gradios Gradiel to activate Persona Ride, and I draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
I will use first. I will use his skill to counterblast 1. So I will call. I don't get the additional drive check. So, but when it's placed, we'll put a card with Direful Doll from its in his soul, draw a card, and she gets 5k and he gets 5k because I
Okay.
put a Direful Doll in soul.
Okay.
And then when that doesn't have an effect, so then I will call, and then this is a once per turn ability, so I will activate her ability to boom, and she gets plus 10,000.
Okay.
And then I think we're good from there. So we're gonna go. So we're gonna go 21, 31 to Vanguard.
No guard.
One drive check. First drive trigger check. Second drive trigger check.
Damage check.
So we're gonna go Vanguard for 18. 18. So this got 5k, this got 5k, so this is plus 10, or this plus 5, and then this gets 5k when it boosts, so it's plus 10, so it'll be 18 plus 10 is 28, Persona Rod is 38, 38 to Vanguard.
No guard.
Skills, this gets nothing, and then this one, since it boosted, it gets bound. And then finally I will attack with Shelby, and I will attack your Vanguard. I choose a card with Alpha Doll, its card name for my drop, put it in her soul, and this gets 5k until the end of battle for each grade of the card. At the end of the battle, bind this unit. So I'm going to use her effect to put. It's basically, do you know Servant Falcratia? It's the same effect, except it's a Direful Doll name.
Okay.
So basically, for every grade, it gets 5k, but it has to be a Direful Doll.
Okay.
And so I will put this in a soul. So it gets plus 5. So it's 16 plus 5 is 21. Persona Ride 31.
No guard.
And then I bind this unit. This is my bound cards. And then pass.
Okay. Standing draw.
Yeah, Direful Doll games.
Energy charge 3. Persona Ride. I will call. And call. Skill gives it plus 3. Or she gets plus 3. Plus 5, I mean. I will call. And call. I will use Krysrain. Blast 1. Energy charge 3. Draw a card. She gets plus 15 in a critical. I will enter battle. I will attack with my Albina, boosted by Eileen. 31,000 to your Vanguard.
I will use his skill. I will call her to the Guardian Circle. She gets plus 5k, so that's 18, but her ability when she's placed on Guardian Circle, since I have the Direful Doll Vanguard, I choose a card from my drop, put it to soul. So from drop, I choose Bethany. So right now that's 18, and you said it was how much?
31.
33.
And then the other battle attacked. Eileen's skill, placing it on the bottom. I will attack with Krysrain to your Vanguard, using the skill from Rom. Energy Blast 3. She gets plus 5,000. When you would guard, you have to either guard from 3 cards or more different grades at the same time, or a Sentinel. And my Vanguard's at plus 15, plus 10 from the Persona Ride as well. So it is 38, 46, 51,000 to your Vanguard with an extra critical. And if you guard with cards from your hand, you have to guard with 3 or more cards with different grades at the same time.
And you said it's 53?
51.
Okay. And it's got a crit. You used the Divine skill already?
Yes.
So I'm going to use his ability. So that makes it 33.
48.
48. 53. This is one to pass, correct?
You have to still call one more different grade from your hand.
That's fine, but this is still
Yes.
one to pass. Her ability when she's placed on Guardian Circle. So 1 to pass.
First check. Second check. Then I'll attack with the Ness, boosted by Eureka for 43,000.
1 damage.
1 damage.
I would take that.
Go ahead.
Stand. Draw. I get 3 energy. I'm at 6. I Persona Ride. Draw. I use his ability. Counterblast 1. So I need a 0, 1. Oh, yeah. Can't do that. So he'll get the triple drive.
Does it cast a different grade?
So it says...
Or do you just have to call 3 grades?
Once you... Okay, so... Choose up to the same number of Warcry cards with Direful Dolls in their card name from your soul as the grade of your opponent's Vanguard. So 3. Call them to rear guard. If I call 3 or more cards, it gets drive plus 1.
Gotcha.
So I can choose these. They're all valid targets. And since I call it 3 or more, he gets an extra drive check.
Okay.
So we'll just do it like this. And then these don't have any on-place abilities. We're gonna swap. We're gonna switch for his ability. A lot of cards in hand. We're at 6 anyways. Puts me at 7. Thinking. Yeah. Just gonna have a crit next turn anyways.
Oh, not that it mattered. It doesn't matter. Continue.
Did you miss one?
It doesn't matter. It's just a return to hand.
You can return it if you want.
It doesn't. It's fine.
Alright. Regardless, she's going to be huge next turn. I don't think I'm going to be able to guard, so I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to retire, call, move, and yeah, we'll just do that. So, yeah. So, 21, 31 because of the Persona Ride triple drive to Vanguard.
Perfect guard.
First drive trigger, track, heal trigger, I do heal. I will give the power here. Second check, third check. And then this is 16. 26 to Vanguard.
28.
Yep, at the end of the battle, boost that energy charge 1. Can I borrow a... And then this will be 14, 24, and yeah, 24.
23, 28, skill. Energy blast 3 to draw.
Okay, so I'm gonna put her just using the skill. You can this and the soul, and then she gets these are in soul. Here you go.
Stand and draw. I will call, first I'll energy charge 3. I'll call Resius, giving my Vanguard plus 10. I will use Krysrain's skill to draw a card. She gets plus 15. I energy charge 3. And then I will enter battle. I'll attack for 21 with Albana to your Vanguard.
I'm going to use 23.
Okay. Attack with Krysrain. I'll use her skill with Grenade to give her plus 5. It's 51,000 with an extra critical, and you have to guard with 3 or more different grades from your hand.
Thinking what I want to call from behind.
If you were to guard from hand, you can either use a Sentinel or you have to guard with 3 or more different grades.
You got it. Doesn't matter what I guard with per se. So we're gonna do this. That's 23, and you said it was how much?
51.
23. You said 53?
51.
51. 58. One to pass again.
All effects to Vanguard, and I heal 1.
Damage trigger check. First damage. Second damage.
Good game.
Game.
All right, that is it for the game. Definitely is a long one when it comes to Direful Dolls, but we hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Qualia out.